Mad Apple. We're here on stage. You've been here since the start, correct?
Day one, before the start.
Before the start.
One of the creators.
The show's successful, but is it what you thought it would be right now as it's hitting?
Yeah.
You know what? Welcome to the Yo Show. It's Michael Yo, Rudy. We are at, look at this, Mad Apple. We're here on stage. You know, I don't know if you know Rudy, but they added me to this show, and I'm so honored to be a part of this show.
I've noticed the phone calls and text messages have dropped off dramatically over the last couple of weeks. I didn't want to say anything, but now I know where you've been hiding out for the last 3 weeks.
You know what? I used to call him so much and be like, I need this, I need that. Now I don't need anything.
Now he's got his fancy New York friends.
Yeah, New York Hotel. We're here, Mad Apple. And let me tell you, there's a guy that comes out at the beginning of the show. He's so talented. Now, when we get him on stage later, we'll talk to him. But right now, we'll talk to Adam. No, Adam is the guy that's talented. He's the first one on stage. When the show starts, he brings it. And the ladies, believe it or not, love him. Like, they hit on him after the show so much. What is it about you?
This is never. I've been doing this for 30 years, and this started last week. Seriously.
And when did I start?
Last week.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I told you this, Adam. I think I'm a good luck charm for you because I'm a good wingman.
It seems like that. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not complaining.
Like last night, a lady walked by and goes, "You're so sexy," and he's just like, "Yo, it's just Adam, you know?
Yeah.
You're Sexy Adam. That's your new name, Sexy Adam."
Oh my God.
I got to learn that block bit.
I know. Yeah. No, but he opens the show. He does this thing with, what would you, juggling with blocks?
They're called cigar boxes.
Okay.
And it's cigar box manipulation.
Okay.
Some jugglers wouldn't call it juggling because it's not throwing stuff in the air.
Okay. So how'd you get into this world? Because I know I read a little bit about you. It said you started with your uncle, like your uncle, you followed in his footsteps?
Yeah.
Now, was he a clown or what was he?
My uncle was a clown on Ringling back in the day. He was done with circus before I was born, but like mostly. But I was exposed to it through him. And I grew up in Milwaukee.
Oh,
and
get out.
we had a circus parade there.
Look at that.
Yo!
Dude, Bob
Oh,
Uecker,
Bob
baby.
Uecker.
Yeah, man. I'm a Milwaukee. I mean, I'm not a Wisconsin native, but it's my favorite state. I lived in Minnesota, moved to Milwaukee in the area, and I've been a diehard Wisconsinite ever since.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah, awesome.
I get it.
You got great cheese.
Yeah.
We do.
And baseball teams, and football teams, and people, and beer,
It's
and
got everything.
and
But
taxes.
cheese. But cheese.
It's everything you need.
I've never been to a place where grown men will sit on a bench and share a bag of cheese. Like, do you see that all over Wisconsin? It's so true. They were just, I saw literally, I walked out of the airport, 2 grown men on a bench sharing a bag
Well,
of
it's
cheese.
at the airport. People from other places have been waiting for it. So
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I
it's
know.
the first bag of cheese and bench I see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take advantage. So you followed in your uncle's footsteps. And
When I was 10, I decided I wanted to be a circus clown. And no
How do you
one
make that
talked me
decision?
out of it. Well, I mean, it's not, I mean, you're not locked in.
no, yeah, but like, what made you go? Did you see a
It
clown?
wasn't
or
well, my uncle, we had this, there was a circus parade in Milwaukee in the summers back then. I mean, it had existed in the 60s and 70s and then went away. And then it came back in like 85, 86. Dating myself. And my uncle came in for that. He was a makeup artist, so he came to do makeup for Ernest Borgnine, who was a clown in the parade. And so I saw the way people were around my uncle. My mom actually put me in like my uncle's makeup, and we surprised him down there. So I got to be like next to him as people were reacting to him. He was a magical person, is the thing. And so I just like wanted, there was something about it. There was something about the way people were drawn to him, and it was it was life-changing.
So now, I mean, when you're on the show, you're not in makeup. Well, do you rather do your job in makeup or out of makeup? Which way do you prefer?
At this point, I don't mind any of it. But generally, I prefer out of like traditional clown makeup. Now builds up a wall. Like people, the thing, like you have to work to overcome. You can do great work in the makeup, but generally with the public, you have to first overcome that look.
Got you.
And with this, I can just get straight into stuff. I don't have to. I don't have to change anyone's minds.
Yeah, it didn't help that It came out for not one but 2 movies.
Yeah.
And so there was like a 4-year stint there where clowns were not on the
Yeah,
big
one
radar.
of the blessings of a long career is I was here for both of those drops and interested me. Yeah, it was a TV movie in the '90s, I think. Yeah, and then the more recently.
I still think clowns are scary. Like we in makeup.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's
Really?
just, oh man.
I love it, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, man. What movie was it? Was it Poltergeist? A clown, the opening scene.
I think you,
Exorcist or Poltergeist? It was one of them where I saw a clown and I turned it off, man.
I don't know. Shakes the Clown with Bobcat Goldthwait for me. I was where I was like, I'm in with clowns. I'm down, dude. I'm down
Shakes
with the
has been
clown.
popping up in my brain
Oh, wow.
lately.
Yeah.
People have been talking about peanut butter, and that keeps reminding me of that. I won't talk about it.
What was the downside? There's got to be a downside because you've been doing it for 30 years. And this is a big stage, let's be honest. This is amazing, a big stage. It's beautiful. People come here. It's at the New York. But what is the downside of being a clown? I'm sure you've been in some really terrible situations going through the ranks, right? I mean, honestly?
Well, for me, I love the work so much that everything has been worth it for me to do the work. But it ain't easy. Like, there's also a tremendous amount of sacrifice involved in traveling constantly. Because now we're in Las Vegas and you can live here and work here, but generally you have to go where the work is. And so a show will exist for a few months or a few weeks or a couple days. And so you go there for that, and then you're jumping around. So there's a lot of sacrifice involved in just that, in the travel. And then a lot of travel related stuff. It's hard to have a foundation anywhere.
You're talking to 2 clowns without the makeup. Essentially, is what we do.
Yeah.
You know, every week we're out. Yeah. The sacrifice part is tough because Michael knows my daughter is turning 17 next week, and 7 months ago I packed up and moved to Vegas to do this. So to leave, especially for a dad, to leave his teenage daughter.
That stuff is really hard.
It's very difficult, yeah.
And there's some things I feel like in stand-up world, the ceiling on money and stuff is a lot higher. And so you can at least be on the road and have everything taken care of really well at home. And that's a little more difficult. But also as you get older, and I don't have kids and stuff, but leaving home gets painful for people. And
then I would imagine just being in a city for 3 months to do a show and then you're off to another city. It's draining. It could be really draining.
I guess I just always loved the work so much.
Yeah, the work.
And also a lot of times when you're getting brought into places at good times, as a part of something bigger, as a part of a season where people are getting out and having a good time. But yeah, man, touring, it's not always like that, I suppose.
So let me ask you this. You're set in Vegas, you open the show. Do you miss kind of traveling a little bit? Because once you're settled in one place, you get a little bug here and there, I wish I could go out.
Yeah, I've been doing it a long time, so I've been able to do everything that I wanted to do when I was 10, The thing is, so now, on social media and stuff, there's gigs that pop up with gigs that I love, with people that I love, and that's I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But then in a few weeks or a few months, they're posting oh, it's our last show, and I'm still going.
Yeah.
And that makes it a lot easier. Also, this place for me is not a bad place to be in general. The people that we work with here are pretty
incredible.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's really chill. We have such a broad range of experience here, and we've got some really incredible folks that really ground us all here.
Can I tell you what I love about being here is you're surrounded by people uber talented in their own specific thing.
Yeah.
Really nobody does what somebody else does, which I feel, look, I've only been here a week in a couple of days, but I feel what that does is actually bring down the drama, because really nobody can do what anybody else can do and trying to take somebody's gig or something like that. There's nothing like that that I've felt so far in here. Yes,
that lowers the potential for professional drama for sure. And we have a lot of people that believe that someone else's greatness doesn't dim their own
Yes,
greatness.
that's what I love.
And also don't believe that their greatness dims someone else's
Yeah.
greatness, and yeah, that's the people that are here. We've been really lucky like that.
Okay, away from the show, I want to know, what do you do? What do you do? What does Adam do for fun? What do you hobbies besides
That's
the
so
clown
funny.
side? Like, what do you do besides sleep? Because I know you sleep, or you've been trying to sleep.
I've
lately.
been trying.
Well, you've been trying to sleep lately, but what do you do for fun?
Ooh, that's a tough question because this is always the thing that I wanted to do. Like
This is your dream, and you're living it.
yeah. I'm like beyond my dreams now. It's really,
Wow.
it's wild.
Yeah, isn't it weird when, I guess we're so lucky to have jobs that we absolutely love, that are creative and fun. I have a friend of mine who's an accountant,
Oh,
and she always talks about like, you know, doing what you love every day, it's not even work. And I'm like, yeah, but all you do is sit at a computer screen. Is that what you really wanted to do? She's like, yes. I was like, why? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I get guys that want to be baseball players, or women that want to go out and, say they want to be an athlete or something along those lines. They want to be a politician. But just people with everyday regular jobs, like, this is pretty good. I'm like, my brain does not work that way.
No, I
don't know.
can't.
I can't. There's no
can't.
way.
There's like really a lot of my day is centered around this place. Like
Yeah.
it's getting the rest, it's taking care of the body.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's errands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, like I've never had my name on a lease before. Like,
Yeah.
I've never driven to work and driven home before here.
so this is kind of all new.
It's all new.
Wow.
It's
So
wild.
where do you live? You don't live here at the casino, do you?
I don't live at the casino. I live like a couple miles away. I'm pretty
but
close.
you have a lease now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
for the
I was like,
first time
wow.
in
I was
my
like, dude,
life,
you
yeah.
scored the jackpot. That's amazing. Good for you.
And how is it having a lease for the first time? Is it comforting? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it like, I hope it lasts, I hope it doesn't go away?
I'm pretty amazed. I'm pretty proud of myself. Like I didn't honestly, like credit,
Yeah.
like not having credit is as bad as having bad credit. Like I didn't know that I could get an apartment. Like it's pretty exciting.
awesome.
When I
Wow. moved
in, it was like weeks where I was like looking. I was like, I'm sitting on a couch that's mine. Like I've never.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how long, were you here when the show started 3 years ago?
I
or-
came in just before the 1 year anniversary.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Um,
And they're about to celebrate 2 years next
3.
week.
That's awesome.
3, but your second year here.
My second year.
Yeah.
My second anniversary was like in early April.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's been my whole time in Vegas has been wild. I moved right before pandemic, and then when things opened up, I went out to work. I worked solid for a little while, and then when I sat down in Las Vegas, like it was kind of a dream.
How was the audition process for this?
I did an audition.
Oh, you just walked in and bam, you got
I'm telling, my time in Vegas has been wild. When stuff started opening up after pandemic, I worked straight, like whatever it was, May to January.
Yeah.
And part of that was maybe 3 weeks in town here doing a Christmas show that this lady, Amy Saunders, came and saw. And she was starting up a show like late winter, early spring, and she wanted me to be a part of it. So I moved here with nothing, basically.
And now you have everything.
I started that, and within a few months, I had picked up a couple other gigs, and I was going through months with like a couple days off, maybe.
Nice.
It was wild. So folks saw me in that show with Amy. Amy said my name in a room, and yeah, they were talking about me being here before I knew that even.
Oh, that's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking the other day. Somebody asked me for a resume.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I laughed so hard. I was like, a resume? I was like, I'm 44. I've made a resume when I was 19, and
Yeah.
I've never needed one ever since. This business is all word of mouth.
It is word of
and
mouth,
networking.
man.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a talent. It's all word of mouth, so you got to keep it going. But man, you're killing it. And I love you on the show. And you just got a good spirit.
Thank you.
The first time I met you in Leah's room, I kind of cracked a joke. And then you took it and you kind of cracked a joke back. But no, man, you bring such a special energy to the show.
Yeah,
And you're just a lovely
Oh,
person.
thanks, man.
Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. All right, here's the deal, and we need you for this. All right, DraftKings is the official sponsor of the Yo Show. Spend $5 and get $200 in credits. That's right, $5, $200 in credit. All you have to do is use my code. What's my code, Rudy?
It's Yo, Rudy.
Rudy.
It's the life of the roadie. It's Yo Bet, which is YOBET.
That's YOBET. We aim for one person a podcast to sign up on the app. Use Yo Bet. It helps our podcast so much. YOBET. We are back, and I told you, Rudy, I was bragging about this guy before we went to break. To me, he's the face of the show. He comes out, he crushes it at the beginning number. He's all throughout the show. And like you said, he's the sexy man with the velvety voice. Xharlie Black,
What's up,
right here. I mean,
me.
first of all, you're absolutely amazing.
Thank you,
Absolutely
Mike.
amazing.
Thank you, man.
I saw the show 3-4 times before I was even a part of it. And when you come out, you really get it going, man. Like, you really have to take a crowd at the beginning and take them to that next level to get the whole place ready for the show. You do such a great job at that. So I wanted to compliment you on that.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. It's been a long journey, a fun journey. Building that from the beginning was like very important. So I really have to bring that every night, no matter how I feel, no matter how the kids were acting before I got here or whatever, like what the toilet broke out. Nope. I got to come here and bring it. They didn't come here to see me be sad.
No. Once you're inside the lines, like in sports, you got to play the game.
It's time. It's game time.
It's game time.
Yeah.
And what I love about the Cirque show, it's the only Cirque show where people can come on stage before the show. They got a VIP part. They can act like, I love to see, like they're almost like stunned.
Yeah.
Like when they walk in, they go, wait, can we? Like,
Are you sure?
I see
We
them
can?
walk up and then they're like, they're asking,
Yeah.
are you sure yeah, go back
Taking
there.
one step at a time.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Yeah, man.
Yeah, go up there, and then we have some of the cast up there. Sometimes I'm up there. And then when they all go down, it's a buzz already, but you take it to the next level. Like, you've been here since the start, correct?
Day one, before the start.
Before the start.
One of the creators.
Look at that. The show's successful, but is it what you thought it would be right now as it's hitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the work that got put into this, the thought, the time, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it, I expected it to be where we are right now. I think it's a beautiful show, and it is a great expression of the energy that was put into it.
And what I love is a lot of Cirque, there's like 4 or 5 Cirque shows out here, but they all have different energy. But to me, this is a new era. This is younger, this is hip. You can actually sing with every song that comes on.
Yes.
You feel the energy, you feel the vibe. And that's why I wanted to be part of the show as well, is because to me, look, I'm old. I'm old, but I still want to feel young.
Right.
And this show, no matter how old you are, this is like, this is one of those shows, even if you're older, you can still feel young and sing along with it,
Like it takes you back to your youth.
Yes.
Because we're singing those songs that you were probably singing when you were 10, 15,
Yeah.
your mom listened to cleaning the house, that kind of thing. I was thinking about this on the way here, man. Like, our show is so unique amongst the other Cirque shows. I think what people love Cirque for is how much thought. Like, they think about the thing behind the thing behind the thing.
Yes.
For the other show. And that makes it just so special. Our show, and I referenced when your family was here the other night, man. We give you something in this show that you can't get anywhere else, and it's just raw.
Yeah.
It's New York, and it's raw. You're gonna see the comedian maybe shed a tear of joy because his family's here.
Yeah.
And they've allowed him to do this, and he gets to have them here. You know what I'm saying? You might see Veronica do something different on the pole, or the comedian, the other act say something different, or switch. It's just the crowd interaction. All of that. It's just like
you're not just watching. You're not just you're actually participating.
Right.
And all that. So I want to go back to like your childhood. Like, what got you into music?
Man, it's in the blood. So straight from my parents. I won't go that far back. I got it straight from my parents.
Okay.
They were both music nerds at, was it Eastern Illinois?
Uh-huh.
And they had a little musical nerd baby. Only one of one. But that, my father's side is the Cole side. So Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole. My father was Natalie Cole's MD for about 11 years. My uncle, my mom's one.
MD is a music director.
Music director,
I was like, medical doctor? Like, what does that got to do with their singing? That's weird, but okay. MD. Okay. I was switching in my head.
She got sick a lot. She got sick.
And my mom's only brother, he's also a musician, pianist, composer, conductor. So he got in on the family business as well. And yeah, my mom's an opera singer and music teacher of 30 plus years. My dad, he did it professionally for a while, and now he's doing his own thing. He's a music director at his church. And, you know, I got
So
it.
did you have it, like, when you came out the womb, you were singing? They just knew you had talent?
Piano lessons started at 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
And, you know, grew up in church, so had to sing every Sunday, midweek, whatever. Like, my life was music, man.
Let me ask you this. Coming from a family like that, is there an expectation of pressure that, you know, when you're young and then you realize how famous certain people are in your family and the level they reach, was there ever a moment in junior high, high school, maybe even college, you were like, I'm not living up to the name? I'm like,
of course.
Is that hard to deal with?
I think for some people it is, but my parents, my foundation was really strong. It wasn't like, if I don't make it to, like, that's the goal of my life. It's, if you do, great. But it's really about loving this music.
Yes.
Love it first. The things that come from that will come. So I've never had the pressure, at least from my family. If there was any pressures from myself that I'm feeling from peers or friends, but I also was given some great insight having family in the business. So I wasn't eager to get into it.
Now, you have 3 kids yourself.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, as a father that's so talented in the musical world, if you had a kid that wasn't as musical, are you pushing all of them? Not pushing, that's the wrong word, but are you seeing if they're musically inclined, each
Of
one
course.
first? Okay.
That's all I have, you know? Like, I do music and I'm a hell of a cook.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
That's what I do very well. So that's what they see me do, and they pick up on that. Now, I don't really push it. Like, I bought him, my oldest son, a keyboard. There's musical stuff around the house. They sing and dance a lot, but I don't push it because I wasn't pushed.
Yeah.
I just saw my dad doing it. I saw my mom doing it, and I just did it.
But I also believe today's parents, we don't push where our parents might have pushed more.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my parents were like, you know, do this, do that. But it seems like there's so many options for kids to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like my daughter, for instance. I can't sing. Nobody in my family can sing. Nobody in her family, but she can sing.
She got it.
She got it. And we were like, whose kid is this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But she's like 5 years old singing her heart out, where my son is a super athlete. You know, I was an athlete, my wife, so we get that. But the singing thing,
She just got it.
just got it, man.
That's like Jason, our other male singer.
Yeah.
He's his family doesn't have any singers. He didn't even start singing until college, I think he said. So it's like, some people just got it, man.
Yeah.
There's hope, Michael. There's
No,
hope. You
no, no,
never
no, no.
know.
Are you trying to be a
No,
singer?
no.
This is why he's actually here. We're actually here. This is intervention, Xharlie. He's actually taking over the intro to the show.
No, this dude cannot sing at all. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the show started. It's doing very well.
Yeah.
And you're a musical artist yourself, and you just shot a video.
I did.
Okay, tell me about that. I know it's not close to being out yet.
Yeah.
But you're putting it together, but you must be excited.
I'm extremely excited, man. So this is a project that's been so long in the making. I mean, you know, started my family, COVID, all of that stuff. It slowed me up a little bit, different priorities. But now I have a project. It's called Cover Girls.
Okay.
Called that because it's cover songs by female artists. So this first one is a song by a beautiful artist named Yukimi of a group called Little Dragon, and the song's called Forever. Shot a video out in the desert. It's really dope. It's gonna be incredible once we're done with it. Looking to drop it in June or maybe early July, and then drop the rest of the project through the year. So it's been a long time, man. This will be my first official music video, like official.
Well, we would love to support it when it comes out.
Yeah, man. I'll let you know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
So I want to go back to your childhood. Is there a memory? You know, you've been around so much musical greatness. Is there a memory in your head that you remember that will be ingrained in your head for the rest of your life? Something special that happened that you saw, you were a part of, or you witnessed?
You know what's crazy is Vegas. So, like I said, my dad was Natalie's musical director for a long time. Caesar's Palace was one of her go-to spots. They loved her there, treated her like a queen. So we lived in California. It was nothing but a quick drive or a flight here. So every time they play Caesar's, we'd be here with my dad. And that just kicked the door open to like a 5-6-year-old just, I'm chilling back. Like my parents are gonna go talk to somebody else in another room, and they just asked Mike Tyson if he could look after me real quick.
Wow.
Or
Wow.
Dionne Warwick wants a picture with me. Or I'm chilling in David Copperfield's suite with his car and jacuzzi. Like
Yeah.
5-6 years old. Like I will never forget that. That was some crazy stuff. My mom still has some pictures of it. Like that was just my life as a kid.
Did you, at 6, seeing this auditorium filled with Natalie fans, did you ever go, I'm gonna do Vegas too?
Absolutely.
All right. So you kind of living your dream right now.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And like the story of my uncle being here, like Nat was a huge, huge mover for Black artists here
Absolutely.
in Vegas, man. Like this is historic for me. This is family tradition to be here. So yeah, I'm honored. I'm proud.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there, what other things you want to accomplish? You're the head, like I said, I think you're the face of the show. You come out here, you do your thing. What else? You got this music coming out. Is there anything else besides being a great father that you want to accomplish?
Food.
Food.
I want to feed the world.
Okay.
I have a strong passion for the kitchen. I'm damn good at it.
What's your go-to meal? Like, if you were inviting me over, what am I getting?
I do everything, but I would try to melt your mind with the shrimp Alfredo lasagna. Don't take my stuff. I shouldn't even said it out loud.
Shrimp
I've never seen it.
Alfredo lasagna.
I've never seen it. You heard it here first.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, I don't play around. I make my own pasta sheets, everything. 4-hour bolognese. If I do the bolognese, like, I don't play around, man.
And you do this show.
Man.
And you watch 3 kids.
Oh, yeah.
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 God, you're like the worst kind of talented. Like good at everything. And I hate it
I know,
so
we hate
much.
people like that, right?
I know. Somebody told me one time, and it's always stuck with me, it is how you do one thing is how you do everything.
True.
And it's always stuck with me. Anytime I pull into a parking spot and my car's maybe a little over the line or it's a little too close, I always back it up and put it in the right spot. And it's one of those things that if it all bleeds into the next thing. So if you're gonna be a great singer, you're gonna work hard at it, that's gonna bleed into you working in the kitchen. If you're gonna be a good dad, that's gonna bleed into you being a good partner. And I don't think there's enough people that sort of live by that mantra.
That's love. I appreciate that, man. I know I'm not trying to be anything more than what I feel. Like my kids need a dad. The show needs a good performer. They paid good money to be here. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be anything more than what I just am, dude. Like it just is what it is. I don't look for the accolades or nothing like that.
And last thing I'm gonna say about this show, it's amazing, and I said it to Adam as well, it's amazing being surrounded by such talented people, but when I'm here, it's almost like everybody is so specific that I don't feel any drama because nobody can do what anybody else can.
So true.
And it cuts out the drama because nobody's going after oh, I want to do that. Like nobody.
Right.
I'm not about to be on a pole being swung around on the
Right.
ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm not about to jump through hoops.
And the crazy part is you can cultivate it if you have another thing in your pocket.
Yes.
Like there's people that do multiple things that they don't even get to show us in the show. They just have it.
Yeah.
So like it's never dammed up inside of you. You can go in the training room and train it and fly in the air and hang from your hair, whatever. Like there's a room to be creative here, so you don't feel dammed up and competitive with your fellow castmates.
And that's what I love. This place is I've only been here 8 days, but I'm saying it's very family. It's very, and you know what I love? And I think the way the show runs, it's hard to create drama because nobody's in the same place for that long.
Yeah.
Literally, you'll see them hey, what's up? And then they're doing this, and then boom.
Right
and boom.
past you.
It's like a freeway. It's just people passing, and it's just so fun to watch such talented people perform every single night.
Well, I came to Vegas 20 years ago with an ex-girlfriend of mine just for a vacation. And the only shows that were available that were in our price range were the Rat Pack, which was great. Yeah, it was fine. It was what it was. But it was this was 20 years ago. And then I was like, okay, that was fun. It was fine. It was just 4 guys acting to be like the Rat Pack, and they did the songs. And then I came 10 years later, and we went to a show. I won't say which one. And I was like, that was just as good as it was 10 years ago. What has changed?
Yeah.
But now that I live here and I've seen Mad Apple, there was a huge progression in shows from the time I was here 10 years ago to when I started coming here and saw this show. when you see this now, you go, oh, that is the progression of where these shows are headed in the future. Like we went and saw a magic show not that long ago, and it blew my mind. It was just like they were doing things that you couldn't even imagine to do on a stage 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But now we're getting there, and I think it's shows like Mad Apple that are pushing the envelope, that are allowing other shows and the performers to try to get more creative and go bigger.
Yeah. I think a big thing about this show that you feel too is this is the first time Cirque reached out to an external production company. So shout out to Neil and Simon and the works. We put this show together, man. Like this wasn't their normal Cirque people. They really pulled from the outside, trusted us to put it together and like give them something different, you know? And that's like, even the traveling shows. I've lived in Japan. I've seen shows in LA, all around. I've seen all like 90% of the Cirque shows. This one is unlike anything.
You have a lady who swings from her hair, and then an entire 4-minute segment with shadow puppets.
Yeah.
And I think that every performer on the spectrum on the planet falls somewhere in between those two things.
Yes,
For sure.
100%.
Nothing would
100%.
be weird in between that.
No. Well, man, we appreciate you stopping by. Go ahead, give out your socials if you have any, and let people know.
Man, Cole_forever. That's my main page, or you can catch me at Xharlie Black. That's XHARLIE Black. Look me up, man. This video's coming soon. Cover Girl's coming soon. Shout out to Michael Yo,
Let's
man.
go.
Welcome to the cast,
Thank
dude.
you so
it's
much.
good to have you. It's good to have your energy, the rawness, the real humanity of you.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good to have you, man.
Man, I love being here, and I'm having so much fun meeting you guys. And like I said, it's all love, and I always try to spread positivity. And that's what we do on this podcast, so we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Good to have you.
All
Good to
right.
be on it.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. We will see you next time. We're out of here from Mad Apple. Peace. All right, guys, I am on the road. Me and Rudy, June 1st, will be in Vancouver. Sold out already. We're deciding if we're going to add standing room only. We will see. Then I will be in San Antonio the Friday and Saturday, the 5th and 6th, I think. Those are the dates. Those are almost sold out as well. Make sure you get your tickets, San Antonio. Where are you going to be, Rudy?
You can find me last weekend of May on May 29th and 30th at Tacoma Comedy Club with Adam Carolla. And then out with Michael on June 1st. The following week, I'm taking a week off so I can hang out here in Las Vegas. And the week after that, find me in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys on June 14th and 15th.